Hey everyone, John Ricky. Hope you guys are doing good. Today I want to talk about constraints and how that can be used in your ventures. For example, my time is super limited. My ability to do coding or engineer work is not at the highest level because I'm rather new at it. In fact, I am new at it. I'm doing vibe coding to do software codes and AI development or AI applications. So what I'm doing is, because it's time consuming for me, and it would be so much faster for another individual that's a software engineer, for example, I have to use this constraint to focus on the most value that I can produce. So I created the first step, which is the MVP, the minimum viable product for my decision integrity app, that is to help founders of startups, products, and IP, scientists, inventors, entrepreneur builders, as well as artists. And my goal is to help these individuals because they can't afford a huge team of experts. They can't afford a team of lawyers, CPAs, financial advisors, investor advisors, product managers, and the list goes on and on. Merger acquisition broker and consultant. These are so expensive for a startup individual. So because I'm also an entrepreneur and involved with startups as a founder and as a lawyer, I decided to create this app. And the first part is to address the issues, to scan the issues, to scan the risk, all the risk across the board in law, business, everything. So what I did last night and yesterday, the whole day almost, after I did some legal work for my client, was I put out my whiteboard here. And what I did was I wrote down all the most important value that I have to create in the software, in the AI, in artificial intelligence. What are the most important problems that I can focus on now? And the output is very raw. It's not beautiful. It comes out not in a format, not in a beautiful box or anything like that. It just comes out raw, straight from JSON, which is behind the scenes. It's where we put the code. It's where we put the direction and the policies and the rules for artificial intelligence, and what to learn and what to focus and what to guide our users on. So I'm using multiple domains that I'm guiding, and it's very complicating in any deal making, in any personality that you deal with as your counterparty. So I'm just going to focus on the key biggest problems. I'm going to go through that in the first stage to at least help the user become aware of what potential flags are out there, if there are any. And then I want to move to the next step, the due diligence, the follow through of the flags or the awareness or the scanning or areas that need to be shown that are missing. I want to move on to the next step. Even though the first step is messy, it's not clean. I mean, when you look at it, it's a raw output. It's a raw output, but it is valuable information, and I want that valuable information to be the most important build. And then the next most important process is follow through, due diligence, bringing more information, gathering more facts, learning about your counterparty more, testing it out between you and the counterparty. Does that capability match? Do they have that capability? Can I meet their expectation, and can they meet my expectation? We have benchmarks, lists that we can check off as we move forward. Due diligence. And what is on my wish list? What is in the counterparty's wish list in this deal? Let's put it down on let's put it all down and see how much we can work together on them. and then see what's our most important wish list on each side, and what can we keep and what can we leave out of this deal. And as we learn more about each other, then we move towards the deal. We move towards the contracts. We move towards from the MOU and the LOIs to the deal negotiations. But by then, you know each other better. Too often, and in my experience, we jump into things so fast, move fast and break things, right? But we break ourselves. We break our company. We break our vision. And oftentimes, we don't see dangerous people. Dangerous people will be very good at their words. They're very good talkers. They're the sales entrepreneurs most of the time. They're builders that are not good to work with as well. And I want to point out that the analysis is also dealing with your health. Do you want to be stressed out all the time and get a heart attack and die over this? I think most of us, well, at least for me, I don't want to die over a business venture. When you look at life and death, when you're dying, like some of the most famous entrepreneurs and people have said, that all the business stuff kind of falls to the wayside. Your loved ones come to mind first. The people that you care about and the people that cared about you and were there in your ups and downs. So I want you to think about that. Your health is super important, and my AI is going to help you analyze that as well. And I want you to have a fun time in your ventures. I want you to be with the right people. Sometimes a bad person or a bad deal can lead you in a rabbit hole. And when you leave, it's not failure, it's a pivot. When you decide to not take the deal, it leads to other things. Sometimes a bad person and a bad deal and loss of money still can lead to other things, like it has for me. So that's what I'm trying to do with my AI application. I want to use my experience. I want to use the experience of my close business partners that I'm friends with as well. I trust them. My clients that has gone through these ups and downs, friends, other people I know, acquaintances, and stories, and even case law and studies on decision science and how people behave with each other, psychology, sociology, behavior science, why we go after things with fear of missing out, with why do we have these dopamine rush, and why do we feel so rushed to beat our competition without thinking about the deal itself, the value for the customer itself, and the party that you're going to partner with on this deal, the party that you're going to work with on this deal. That decision is just like marriage. And a lot of companies, more companies than marriages break up in a higher percentage. And if you look deeper, it's a lot of times it's personalities. If you look deeper, a lot of times it's the inequity in who's getting what for their work. Or it could be con artists or deception or stealing. In fact, that's a big breaker as well. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the capitalist system smoother, better, kinder, and more more trustworthy, more trustful, more at as best as we can, more fair. And I've seen, and you've all seen in the movies and stuff, how talented individuals in science and art and technology get taken advantage by others. Builders, inventors, developers, creators get taken advantage by big money, big companies, greedy partners, greedy managers. Like that is the story we see. Can my AI app help these founders, these artists, these creators? That is my goal. So anyways, I hope you have a great day and keep doing what you're doing. Share your love to everyone. Share your capabilities with everyone, and you could help others in different ways, in small ways, with kind gestures, and maybe you might come up with a program or a product or a service that will help all of us. So with that, have a great day. Keep smiling. I'll talk to you later. Bye.